Hello guys, today I'll be showing you how to use Crontab to send an email using bash script and using an attachment. So let's go. So our first step is to write a bash script. This script I have written is a script that sends RAM usage to an email address. So it's a very simple script. All it does is to send my RAM usage at that particular moment to my email address. Just as easy as it is. I'm using VS Code. So this is how you start to write. This is how you start a bash script. And then, okay, let me explain this script. Touch r.log is just to create a file called r.log. Then RAM, this is like declaring variables. This line and this line is to declare a variable. Is to declare RAM and to declare today as variable. And then echo, this echo command this echo command is to display this in my email. So this is what it's going to do. When I run my script, this is what should be displayed. Now this is for it to echo today, just as I've declared today already. So this echoes today. Today is the date, so it's going to display today's date and time. Date is already a predefined variable, so once I put date, the system, the bash script already knows what date is, so I just redefine date as today. So that's all I did here. So this is what is going to send to my email. Here is the RAM usage for today, blah 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 blah. It's just a single line of code to send an email, to send this sentence and send it to my email. So the attachment, so I'm using mail-s. Mail-s just means to send. This -s means to send, and then this -a means attachment, and my attachment is r.log. That's the file I want to send to my email, is r.log, and everything is in the same file called ex7. So I put all my files in one folder called ex7. The r.log is created in ex7. My mail.sh is created in es7. This mail.sh is the file which is the bash script which I will be using. So bash script has to be saved with .sh. That's why it is saved with .sh. So I don't want this video to be long, so I'm going to rush through everything I did. This is not supposed to be here, but this line is not supposed to be here, but I just put it here to ensure, like to test if the script is working. So for you to know if the script is working, you will need to put this here. I'll show you how we got here. So let me remove this. That's not supposed to be there. So now to send an email, okay, I've explained this. This line is just saying that this H, percentage H and percentage M just means hour and minute. So I want the send time to include hour and minute. That's all I'm doing here. I'm declaring my set time to be hour and minute. That's all. And then okay, so this line is to send an email, just like I said previously. So let's after writing this script, the next thing to do is to install SSMTP. SSMTP is used for sending emails, which you need to install. So I'm going to install it using I'm using a Windows system, so I'm going to use the Ubuntu subsystem. New terminal. Okay, so using this is PowerShell, so I'm going to change it to the Ubuntu subsystem. That's this Ubuntu. So now it opens exactly where it opens the exact folder where my file is located. So I'm just going to say sudo apt install SSMTP. Okay, so I already have SSMTP here, so I have to set I have to set this up. I just have it running, but it needs to be set up. So I'm going to cd into etc slash slash okay. So now I need to configure. Now I'm in SSMTP. I need to configure the SSMTP file. Let me run ls so you can see this particular file. So you have to confirm that this file actually exists. So we are going to edit this file now. So we are going to use nano to edit it. Nano ssmtp dot config. Okay, let me enlarge this so you can see it well. Okay, so if you take a look, I've already edited this before now. So your own config file might not look like this, but it will look similar to this, but not exactly like this. So all you need to edit is to make it look just like mine is looking right now. Not exactly though, you have to just know you know what to change. Like, okay, here you put your email address. You put your email address here. That's the email you want to use. Like, you're configuring your system as a sender, as someone that wants to send email. So this is when I send an email to any other email, it's going to appear as rolanduk.re is sending an email to you. So this is me as a sender. That's what I can say. Like, you're sending an email. No, you're not the receiver, you're the sender. So that's what you're doing here. And then mail.hub is just to specify that it's a Gmail account. So you put this exact line here if it's a Gmail account that you want to set up. And then user authentication, this is what you put. The same email you put here, you put it here. And then your password. This authentication password is given by Gmail. You have to ask. There is a process to get this password. To get this password from Gmail, you're going to have to go to security. When you go to your email, you go to settings, then you go to security, and then you choose less secure app. When you choose less secure app, then you choose allow less secure app. Then they will tell you to generate an then the app will ask you to generate a password specific for this particular app that you want to access your email. So that's how you get this password. Then when it's generated, you just come here and put it in, and then this one goes the same way it is, and this the same, this the same, host name, desktop. So that's all, and then you close this. So we are done setting up our SSMTP config. Now we go back to our bash script. Okay, so we are back to our bash script. So to make sure that to test if this your bash script is actually working, you just run it like bash email.sh. So I did not get any error, so it means that my bash script is running, is working perfectly, because it gave me exactly what I wanted. So my bash script is running. I want this output now to be sent to a file called r.log. So instead of it giving me this output, I want this output to be r.log. So to make sure that it's in my r.log, that is where Crontab comes in. Crontab, let me show you how to this is where Crontab comes in. So I'm going to run Crontab to check if there's any Crontab running on this system. The first thing to do is to run Crontab dot Crontab-l. Okay, so Crontab-l will just to show you what's in your Crontab configuration file. So I want to edit it, so I'm going to run Crontab dash. Okay. So now it's using nano. If it's the first time you're doing it, it's going to ask you what text editor do you want to use. Then you can select using number, but I've already set my text editor as nano. Nano is my default text editor, so that's why it went straight to open up this configuration file. Okay, so when you open your configuration file, you can just go down to the last line and put in this particular command. So what my command is saying is that at this particular time, this 0 here means 0 minutes, so it's going to ignore my minute. Then this */1 means at the interval of 1 hour. That's every 1 hour it should do this particular task. Then all these other parts that are asterisk means ignore, so it's going to just ignore all this other time. Crontab uses this particular line for timing when you want a particular task to be carried out. So this is saying every 1 hour interval it should run this particular script called mail.sh. This sh here should be bash. Okay, so I'm saying it should run just like the way you run bash script. So you just use this bash command, and then this is the mail.sh that you want to run. This is just the path to where the file exists. So I'm going to run, so I'm telling Crontab every 1 hour interval it should run this script. And then when it runs this script, instead of displaying the output on my terminal, instead of displaying the output on my CLI, on my Linux terminal, it's going to send it to this particular location. So this is the location of this particular file, r.l. This is the r.log. So this r.log is the attachment that will be sent to my email, because this r.log is going to be in the same location where my mail.sh is. If you look at the path, they are the same path, and this is just to redirect output. So I'm telling my Crontab that anytime you run this script, don't display any output. If there's any output, if there's error, if there is any kind of output, whether it's error or is a computing output, just send any of my outputs to this particular file, and then do it again after 1 hour, and then do it again after 1 hour, and then do it again after 1 hour. So that's all. Then we're going to exit here. Our Crontab is good to go. Okay, so we have set up SSMTP, and we have set up our Chrome. So the next thing to set up is mail utils. So we have to install mail utils. So we are going to run sudo apt install So mail utils is what we are going to use to send attachments. It's basically used for mail attachment. So now we have mail utils, we are good to go to send our email. Let me clear my screen. Okay, so we have mail utils attached. Now we can run this script bash mail dot. So I'm going to take out this line because I want the email to be sent right now. I don't want to wait till midnight, so I'm just going to take out this line and put it above. So I'm going to put it up here. So once I run this script with this line up here, it's going to send my mail immediately. It's going to send this email to this app. It's going to send an email to this particular email address, and it's going to title it RAM start, and it's going to send this r.log as an attachment. I'm going to comment out this line so I won't get an error. So I'm going to comment this line. Okay. So now I can run this. So to run this, so we're going to run this script. Everything is set up, so it's just to run and send, just to run the bash script and watch our email and watch the email get sent to the email address that you specified. So you don't have to, you can specify any email address you want in this particular place, and it will go to that particular email address. So this one does not have to be your own email address, it can be your friend's email address, it can be any other person's email address, and this particular email gets to the person. So I'm not connected to the internet, so I might get an error. So let me run it. So we are still getting an output here because our Crontab is not the one running this script. I did it on purpose. Like I in my bash script, I specified that it should always display on this particular place. So I know that my bash script is running. Like I don't want my script to be empty. So I probably it's always going to display here. Only when my Crontab is running this bash script that I don't get an output. When Crontab runs this bash script, the output gets sent to r.log, but when I run it by myself, it gets displayed to my screen. So that's why I say now this message that I'm seeing here, I think this is because of my internet connection. I'm not connected to the internet at this point. I have already run this script and it works perfectly, so I just disconnected my internet so I can make this video. But I know that by the time I on my internet and I run this script, this email will be sent to my email. I've done it several times and I keep getting the email, so it works. If you run into any error, feel free to chat me on the comment section and I'll attend to it as soon as possible. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to uncomment this part, and don't also forget to edit your Crontab and turn it off. You need to comment out your Crontab. This is what I'm talking about. Crontab, oh, not here. Crontab /. So I need to turn this Crontab job. I need to remove this cron job. So when you comment it, it means you've disabled it, because I don't want it to be running while I'm asleep. So I've disabled it, and my script, everything is good to go. So please like my video, comment if there's an error, if you run into challenge, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.